Hey Gunpla fans of YouTube, this is DZ Maven here, and it is time for another work in progress update on my Perfect Grade Strike Grun project here. In case you didn't know, Grun is green in German, and that's why I decided to name this kit. Sort of like a wordplay on the Strike Rouge name that the kit is originally built from. So instead of a red strike, it's a green strike. And here it is. Main Gundam itself is now finally completed after several months of work and painting, sanding, priming, more painting, decals. It's now done and it's now complete. Now the entire kit is still not 100% complete, but like I said, this is a long-term project and it's going to be ongoing here. But this is a major milestone. The main Gundam itself is complete here. I have it crouched down on my little spinny display stand so you can look at it from all sides. It'll be a little easier to get it in frame. So enjoy it from all angles here. Now, first thing you may want to notice here is my studio setup is a little different now. I got a brand new photo tent for photos and videos. If you may recall, much earlier in the year, I did use a photo tent for a while. And that was a little cheapy one I got off of the internet, and it was actually okay for like 1/4 scale kits, but as I soon discovered as the year progressed, it was far too small for 1/100 scale kits. So I kind of just stopped using it after a while and tried to create a makeshift photo studio video thing that I could use with a black backdrop, and it wasn't really the best setup for photos and videos, but I kind of made do. But now I have Photo Tent 2.0, which is much bigger with the built-in lights that are much nicer than the lights that I had before. I don't have to finagle around with my spotlights anymore. It's great, and it's really bright, which makes it much easier for photography, and it's much bigger, so now I can fit something big like a 1/60th scale kit in it now, which is awesome. So let me talk a little bit about the Gundam kit itself here and some of the process involved in my building of it. I know I probably mentioned in some of my previous videos, I decided not to go with any sort of weathering or worn or wear and tear look on this kit. I mean, the inner frame has a little bit of a grungy, dirty metal look to it. If you've seen those pictures, you'll probably understand the look. The outside of the kit with all the phase shift armor and stuff, I decided it wouldn't really be right if it looked all dinged up and worn, so I decided not to go for that look because it's phase shift armor, so it probably shouldn't really be dinged up because it's impervious to physical damage. Does that make sense to you? Makes sense to me. So I decided to stick with that. I mean, I could have gone ahead and weathered this thing and dinged it up and dry brushed it, but I decided not to. I kind of appreciate the cleaner look that I've gone for on this here. Now, as for color scheme here, like I said, it's a green strike, so the sort of main accent color is green. This is basically a British racing green, very nice color for cars. I decided to go for that on here. If you've seen my work in progress pictures, you'll probably see that I used some black primer in a few areas kind of as an experiment on this kit here to try and create different shades of color as I'm painting. It didn't work out too well on the gray areas. The gray paint just came out gray, the same color no matter what primer I used. However, on the green areas, I do have two different tones of green on this kit because of that. Like there's a darker piece of green right here compared to the forearm piece, which is a lighter green. A lot of the darker green on the top of the torso is a darker shade of green than the main body of the torso. You may not be able to see it too well in the video here, but if you look at my photo album, I'll have linked below. There's some much close-up pictures there. You can probably tell the difference there, and I think the look turned out pretty good here. I would have still liked a little bit of some more two-tone look on the gray areas, but you know, it was an experiment and it didn't really turn out the way I had planned it to. But the overall kit end result still looks fantastic here, so I can't really complain too much about that here. Alright, so getting in a little closer here so you guys can get kind of a better look here. Hopefully the lighting will kind of give you an idea here. So if you kind of pay attention to my work in progress pics and everything on this kit, I decided to forego the green LED that this kit came with entirely and I put in a white LED and decided to tint the clear parts to the colors that I wanted here. So it kind of went for more of an orange yellow look for the eyes. I think that turned out really good, and originally I wanted a purple color for the little camera above the head here, but I wasn't able to mix up a purple color properly out of the clear blue and red that I had. It just turned out kind of muddy. So I decided to go with a dark red color for here, and really toned it down a bit here so that it doesn't really stand out too much, but you can still kind of see it there in the video. It's a lot brighter in person than it is on the camera here, but you can kind of see it there. The back camera does not light up at all, but I did put clear red in there as well. I don't know if you can see that too well with the way it's angled here, but you can see it right there. Now on the head here, originally I had planned with that the black and the gray here on the V-fin. Originally I had that reversed when I was planning the colors out, but as I was examining the part, I decided to go ahead and flip it, and I think it looks better this way. The little black accent in the middle there, it kind of gives it the effect of having some big thick eyebrows, so I kind of like that look, so I decided to go ahead and go with that look here. Now on the torso here, I went ahead and used those gold dry transfers that came with the kit. These are originally for the Strike Rouge, and some sort of gold embellishments for Kagali's Strike Gundam. I decided to go ahead and use those on this kit here because I thought they looked pretty cool, and I think they look really good against the green on this kit. I did kind of goof this up just a little bit on the center torso there. It's probably really hard to tell, but I did fix it up with some gold paint, and I think it still looks passable. But yeah, some of these are really kind of hard to put on. You have to kind of get them in just the right position and make sure you don't like gum up the other dry transfers in the process here. Now all the other markings on here are water slide decals that I bought from a third-hand party on eBay, and they all work really well. I have no issues with these decals here. Other than I kind of wish I had some more of these red markings right here. I kind of wish I had more of those, and probably some more decals in white because the white looks better on the green, but I did the best of what I had here, and I think I pretty well filled out the markings on the kit overall pretty well here, I would say. I added a few extras from some other scrap decals I had laying around, and I think it ultimately turned out pretty good looking here. Now the kit does have a kind of a full open hatch mode. I'm just going to show you some photos of that because I'm not going to try to do that on camera here because some of these are kind of tricky to pull out and set up. So I'll just show you the photos here so you can see here. But on upper shoulders, basically most of the shoulders open up. There's a little bit on the front torso, just these two front panels that are kind of right above the yellow areas that I have painted in. They just kind of clip down. The cockpit hatch opens up, of course, and there's really nothing else on the arms that opens up on it. As you move down the kit, you do have the little side panels on the where the armor schneiders go. Those open up obviously to store the knives, and you do have these side panels on the legs that just sort of pop up to reveal some inner mechanical detail, which is pretty nice here. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, I do have the pilot figures painted up and everything. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but if not, I'm going over it again here. I do have these painted pilot figures. So again, it's just the Kagali figure. I just decided to go with a sort of a gray, black, and green pilot suit for it, and it worked out pretty well. I usually don't paint pilot figures all that often here, but I think these turned out pretty good here. So this is the standing pilot figure. I actually took a scrap piece of plastic and glued it on the bottom of the feet here so that it can stand up properly. Otherwise, it doesn't really come with this base here on it. And of course, I got the pilot figure that's actually inside the kit as well. Well, alright guys, that's probably going to be pretty much it for this update here. I hope you love the way this looks here, because I do. I think this turned out fantastic here. Now, am I a perfect modeler and everything, and I did the best job I possibly could on this? No, there's always room for improvement. I admit, in the building of this kit, there are some things that I learned that I probably could do better. I know I probably haven't mentioned this in my previous videos, but I am using spray cans for this kit entirely because I do not have an airbrush setup. I don't have a way to paint indoors, any type of aerosol paint indoors at all, so airbrush is completely ruled out. So I have to deal with the elements outside, with painting this, so it means I have to deal with wind, humidity, and occasionally bugs, which get annoying, but I think I've done pretty well despite all that. But you know, there are some things I have learned with making this kit that I probably could improve on the next kit I decide to paint. So stuff I'm gonna have to keep in mind, be a little bit more careful with my top coats. I know it was a little thick in a few areas of my top coat because I was trying to race the climate as winter is approaching here, which will probably lead me to where I'm probably going to end off here. I am going to try to get the accessories for this kit done this year. They're already in progress now. Some of the parts are primered up and other parts have been painted up, and I just gotta finish it up really. So hopefully they'll be done within like 2 weeks or so. And once that's done, I'm not going to be able to do any more outdoor painting for the rest of the year. So at that point, this kit will be done for the moment. So there will be no Sky Grasper or Ale Striker pack on this thing this year. That's going to be a project for next year when the weather warms back up again and I can paint outside again. So that also means I'm not going to be doing any more kits that I have to do a top coat on. So I know I actually have a kit around that has water slide decals on it that I haven't built yet, that I would have to do top coating on, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it this year, so it'll be put in my backlog for next year. So anyway guys, I hope you liked the video and liked this update. If you liked the kit, be sure to leave a like and let me know what you think of it, because I'm always curious what people think of my builds, especially my more advanced builds. So anyway guys, I will see y'all in the next video, and have a happy November building Gunpla. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye bye.